अपना कॉल ये बंद है ना?
Good evening, sir.
Hi, good evening. How are you guys?
Good, sir.
Fine.
Very good. Nice to see you again.
मेरा बहुत दिमाग चलता है। किसी को आवाज मम्मी ऊपर नहीं आई थी, जल पड़ी हुई वो नानी के पास रहे थे। ये पर इसको पढ़ी से ये ब्रशेस दिख रहे थे पढ़ने में, देख पढ़ सोच सोच के लिखेगी वर्ड, जल्दी नहीं है तो पढ़िए उसे आगे
2-3 minutes we'll be starting class. Just 2 or 3 minutes.
गुड इवनिंग सर।
Hi, good evening everyone. Yeah, how many of you guys attended math class last time?
So me, I had attended
Okay,
the maths
okay.
class.
Now today I changed my laptop. So
We have to do the special laptop.
last time there was some problem with my laptop, na?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, today I changed my laptop. So all you guys like math and science?
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Yes sir. Good evening sir.
Good evening.
Okay. Good evening, children, everyone.
Hi guys.
Good evening.
Yeah, teacher, your science teacher here, Meghna. She is very good
Good
at
evening, children.
Good evening, ma'am.
How are you all, children? Fine?
Yes.
Safe at your houses?
Fine
Yes.
ma'am. Yes ma'am.
Okay. My name is Meghna, children. I'll be taking science for you. My voice is audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Okay, okay then.
Yes ma'am.
Okay. Today we'll start with the introduction of the SYF and all. Are you all interested in SYF?
Science.
Yes, sir.
You know what is SYF? Anyone?
Yes, ma'am, it is a foundation. Science Olympiad Foundation.
Yeah, very good. It's a Science Olympiad Foundation. It has been started in the year 1996. And you know the director of SYF? Who is the director of SYF? Anyone knows?
Mahavir Singh.
Yeah, very good. Mahavir Singh is the director. He has initiated or started the SYF program with the main motto that the students should learn the concepts. They should introduce the concept-based learning in the science. Okay, they should excel in the academics. So it provides a higher level of education. Whatever you are reading, more than that it will be providing because of this activities, because it's activity-based learning. So through this, you will be learning the concepts much more clear. Okay, now I'll share the screen. Okay, able to see the screen, children, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
So today we'll have a small introduction about the SYF, that is Science Olympiad Foundation. Later I'll start with a small topic. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Okay. As I told you to start, during this previous academic year, approximately 56,000 schools have appeared for the 6 Olympiad exams. You know, and how many Olympiad exams are there? There are 6 Olympiad exams based on the different subjects like science, maths, English, GK, computers. So different Olympiad programs are there. So last year only it had all the Olympiad exams have been conducted, and those who are participating in it, they will be receiving the cash prizes, medals, merit certificates, all will be awarded to the students. And even these prizes are awarded on the class level, which class each class will be awarding all these prizes, medals, merit certificates and all. And zonal level also, they'll be providing you with the certificates, and district level, and national and international level. So most of you, those who are participating, will be awarded with the prizes, medals, merit certificates and all. Okay.
Ma'am.
So here the ranks are based on the different criteria like achiever section, science and logical reasoning. In the Science Olympiad, how many of you participated in the last year, children? Last year Olympiad, how many of you participated? Oh,
Ma'am,
everyone.
I all.
Okay. Okay. So you must be knowing whatever. Okay, very good. So you must be knowing what all criteria are there in the Science Olympiad. You will be having 3 sections, right? Achiever section, science, and the logical reasoning.
Yes, ma'am.
So 3 sections will be there for the Science Olympiad. Now the marking scheme. I think this also you're familiar. Those who are attempting for the first time, they will get an idea based on this. So for classes 1st to 4th, 3 sections, the number of questions. For logical reasoning, there are 5 questions. Each question carry one mark. And then for science, there are total 25 questions and each question carry 1 mark. Whereas in achievers section, you will be having 5 questions, where each question carries 2 marks here. So even your ranks will be awarded basing upon these sections. Okay. Whereas for 5 to 10, the total marks will be 60. Okay, these are the marks criteria. Anyone is there who is studying 5th? Above 5th?
Ma'am, 5th.
Okay. So so here for you the total marks will be for 60 marks. The logical reasoning you'll be having the 10 questions and science 35 questions, whereas achiever section you'll be having 5 questions. Okay. If you have attempted in the last year, you will be having the idea. If you have not attempted, you can see and get an idea. Okay, how will be the paper and all. So second level Olympiad.
Top.
Only those who are qualified for the first level, they can participate for the second level. And the second level exam will be conducted only in the 3 subjects. I said no, first level Olympiad, it is conducted for 6 subjects, whereas second level exam, it is conducted only for the 3 subjects, that is English, Science, Maths. Okay, from grade 3 onwards, it is conducted only for the 3 subjects. And ranking and marking criteria are same. And in case of tie, that means 2 students get the same mark, then rank will be decided based on the mark how much you get in the first level, and also the criteria they will follow. If they get more marks in the achiever section, then that will be taken into consideration. Okay, this and all are how the exams are conducted and how the marking scheme has been given. Okay, second level marking scheme is this one, and there is no negative marking or there is no negative marking for this exam. Minus marks and negative marking will not be there for the exam. Okay, this is the level 2 marking scheme.
Ma'am, what is negative marking?
Negative marking means if the answer is wrong, you will lose the marks. That is negative marking. Okay, even
But
though your
here,
answer
guys,
is
do
wrong,
not
they're
have
not
the
going.
negative marking. Here, there is no negative marking.
So exam schedule for 2020-21, that is this year, you will be having the 3 dates. That is for the Science Olympiad, the date in the month of November and January 20. Dates. So any of your convenient date you can opt. But once you have opted the date, this cannot be changed. Okay, and one more thing, there will
Meghna, you are not audible.
Sir, ma'am has leave the meeting.
No, there may be some problem. She will be back, guys. No worry.
Internet problem. Mamra.
So she'll be teaching you about plants.
I told you now either plants or animals are going to start with biology.
Plants. She will demonstrate.
So I was saying plants again and again.
Yeah, she is back. So all you guys having online classes now? School classes? Yeah, your teacher is back. Yeah, you continue, Meghna.
Yes, sir, now she's there.
Yeah, she will continue. No, you are not audible. Meghna, you are not audible.
Ma'am, you are muted.
Yeah, okay. Now is it audible?
Okay. Yeah. Continue.
Okay. Able to see the screen, children, everyone?
Yeah, we could see. Meghna, we could. Yeah.
So today we'll discuss about a small topic about the plants. Are you all interested in plants? Studying about plants?
Yes.
Yes. Anyone
Yes.
maintains a garden at home?
Mom, I have few plants at my window pane.
Wow, very good. Then anyone else, children, are you interested in growing plants, cultivating crops?
Ma'am, I have a garden.
You have a garden, so you love plants. Okay, today we'll learn more details about the plants. Okay, so we see different varieties of plants all over yourself, right? When you go out of your house, you can see why different varieties of plants. All the plants are not similar. They're of different shapes, sizes, right? Some are very, very small, whereas some are very, very big. So different varieties and types of plants you can see around you, right? And some have small, small leaves, whereas others will be having big, big leaves. Even the size also, some plants you can see very small and some plants are very, very big. The shape is different, size is different. No. So each plant look different from one another. All plants do not look similar. Even we ourselves at home also, you look different from your parents, you look different from your siblings, right? Similarly,
Yes.
plants also look different from each other. Now we'll study about the classification of the plants. That means how the plants are divided. Plants are classified majorly depending upon the size of the stem. Okay, how the plants are divided? Basing on the size of the stem. So on the basis of the size of the stem and the shape, the plants are divided into 5 categories. Those are herbs, shrubs, trees, climbers and creepers. You must have all learned in your school also.
Yes.
Yes? So it is just a recap for you all, and those who have not learned, you can learn here. So basing upon the size and the shape, the plants are characterized or divided into 5 categories. That is herbs, shrubs, trees, climbers and creepers. What are these herbs and all that we will study. So herbs are nothing but the plants with very, very soft green stems are called as herbs. That means the stem will be very, very soft.
The king lost his ring.
If you just bend, it will be easily bent. And these are very, very smaller in size. The size of these herbs are less than 1 meter. Anyone knows the examples of herbs?
Ma'am, grass.
Very good. Grass,
Mint.
mint. Yes. So you can see the height of the stem will be less than 1 meter, and if you bend the stem, it will be easily bent. Okay. So these are herbs. You can see the picture, different varieties of herbs. These are very, very small. Okay. And next, coming to the shrubs. These shrubs are nothing but the plants will be having the woody stems. They arise from the base of the stem. Starting from the base of the stem only, many branches will start arising. Okay. They look like bushes and they are medium-sized plants. That means the height will be more than 1 meter. Okay. The examples of the shrubs are China rose, lemon, jasmine, and all the flowering plants. Most of the flowering plants you can see they are shrubs. In the picture also you can see hibiscus, rose, all these are the examples of shrubs. So here you should know the difference between what is herbs and what are shrubs. Basing on the height, these are very, very small, less than 1 meter. They are soft stems, whereas shrubs, they are woody stems, bigger than the herbs. Okay, many branches will arise from the base of the stem. These are the shrubs. Okay. Next, coming to the trees. So trees are very, very tall and big. They have only one stem or trunk, one wood or one trunk. This is called as trees. They survive for many years. You have seen the shrubs. I told you many branches will be there. Whereas for the trees, only single branch will be there or few branches will be there. And even these branches also, they arise from the top. They do not arise from the base of the stem. These are the trees. The example for the trees are mango, neem, banyan. Okay. And shall I ask you one question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Banana, is it a plant or a tree or a shrub, children? Can anyone tell me?
Tree.
Banana.
No, it's a shrub.
Herb. Herb. It is shrub.
Wait.
Okay. Many of you are giving
Tree.
the answers, shrubs, trees
Tree.
and all. But the correct
Tree.
answer is
Tree.
banana is a herb.
Herb.
Banana is a herb. Why? Because the stem is very, very soft. There is one exception for the banana. It is not a tree, it is a herb. Because the stem is very soft, it is considered as a herb. Okay, though the height of the banana is long, it is more in the length, but belongs to the herb.
Height
Okay,
lambda
children?
but इसकी stem soft है.
Yeah, stem is very, very soft. If you take a knife and just cut, the knife will pierce into the banana stem.
अच्छा, stem height से बढ़ सकती है.
Okay, so there is one exception only for the banana. Banana belongs to herb, not a tree. Okay. Next, coming to the climbers. Climbers are weak stem. Even the stems are very, very weak. They take the support from either the any other trees or the pillars or any other tall objects. It take the support. As the stem is very, very weak, they cannot stand erect. They cannot stand on their own. So the examples for the climbers are pea plant, money plant. Yeah, any other example? Yeah, grapevine, very good. So they need the support for their growth. They cannot stand erect. So these are climbers. See here, you can see in the picture. It is taking the support of the tree and it is growing, right?
Yes.
Next, coming to the creepers. Even the stems of the creepers are also very, very weak. But the thing is, they will not take the support of anything. They will not grow on the height. It will start creeping or crawling on the ground. It will creep on the ground. The examples for the creepers, watermelon, pumpkin, muskmelon, they are the creepers. They don't take the support, but they start creeping or crawling in the ground. Okay. Now, one of you just tell me how the plants are classified.
Into 5 groups.
5 groups. What are they?
Herbs, shrubs, trees, climbers, creepers.
Trees,
Climbers,
Climbers and
plants are classified into 5 categories based on the height of the stem. They are herbs, shrubs, trees, climbers, and creepers. So you must be knowing the examples for this. And the only exception we have discussed, that is banana. Banana belongs to herb, not a tree. Okay. Next, we'll see the parts of the plant. I'll show you the real plant. Can you see, children? What am I holding?
Yes, a plant.
Yeah, a small plant. So the entire plant is there here. So we will study about different parts of the plant. Children, mute yourself. I'm getting disturbance. The entire plant.
Ma'am, you are muted.
Yeah, I've unmuted myself. Thank you. So here it is divided in 2 major portions, that is the root system and the shoot system. Can you see the root system and the shoot system? Here the root system is nothing but the part of the plant that grows below the ground is called as root system, and the part of the plant that grows above the ground. If you assume that this is a ground portion, the part of the...
Ma'am, I can't hear you.
Why?
Her voice is low.
Voice is low, children?
Ma'am,
Is it clear now?
yes, ma'am.
Now
Is it clear? Okay. So the part of the plant which grows below the ground is called as root system, and the part that grows above the ground is called as shoot system. The root system consists of only the roots. Here only roots the root system consists of. Whereas the shoot system consists of the stem, leaves, flowers, fruits, buds. All these come under the shoot system. Okay? Understood? The entire body of the plant is divided into 2 portions. Very good. Root system and shoot system. It contains only root, whereas the shoot consists of the stem, leaves, fruits, flowers, and buds. Okay? Okay. Okay. So just as I said, this is the root system that grows below the ground and the shoot system that grows above the ground. So root system consists of only the primary root and secondary root that we will discuss in detail when I'm explaining about the roots. And then the shoot system consists of the flowers, stem, fruits, bud, and all. And one more category, it is divided into vegetative parts and the reproductive parts. Okay, just now I said about the root system and shoot system. One more category of differentiation is vegetative parts and the reproductive parts. Here the roots, stems and leaves are vegetative parts. Okay, and then flowers, fruits and seeds, they come under reproduction. That means they help in the growing of one more new plant. These all parts of the plant, they help in the growth of one more plant. So they are called as reproductive parts. Okay. Am I going fast, children? No, no?
Yeah, you can continue.
Next, we'll study the function of each part of the plant. Again, we will study in detail. This is just a common functions. The root help in anchorage and absorption. Root help in anchorage and absorption. Anchorage means it holds the soil tightly. Okay, the roots helps the plant in holding, gives the support as well as it holds the soil tightly, so that even when the wind blows or when the rainfall comes, the plant will not be washed away. Okay, but heavy rains comes means you can see some of the plants will be uprooted, right? Okay, have you seen during a heavy rainy season and all, you can see some plants are uprooted. They will be falling on the ground, right?
Yes, ma'am.
This is because
Yes,
even
ma'am.
though the roots, yeah, majorly it helps in protecting the plant. And coming to the stem, the main function of the stem is it helps in bearing the leaves, flowers, fruits and buds. And also it's a main connection between the leaves and the roots. The stem is a major connection between the leaves and the roots. One more thing I did not explain you children, roots. Roots also helps in the absorption of water and minerals. You can see in the soil, there will be water and minerals. So the roots helps in absorption of water and minerals. Okay, and then it provides to the stem. So the stem, it helps in carrying this water and minerals to the leaf to prepare food for the plant. Okay, and next, the function of the leaf is it prepares the food. So the leaf is also called as food factory for the plant or kitchen house of the plant. Where do you prepare the food at home? Where your mother prepares the food at home?
Kitchen. Kitchen.
So the leaves are also called as the kitchen house of the plant, okay, or the food factory for the plant.
அது எனக்கு தெரியும்.
And next, flowers. The function of flowers is reproduction. Okay, that and all we will discuss in detail when I'm explaining each and every part of the plant in detail. Okay. Next, the plants are again further divided based on the sources. So we know that all the parts of the plant are not edible. We cannot consume all the parts of the plant. Yes, only few parts of the plant we can eat. So the plant, parts of the plant which we consume, basing upon that, this classification we are doing. So in some plants, roots we can eat. In some plants, the stem we can eat. Whereas in some plants, only leaves we can eat. Okay, so basing upon this, we have classified this. Edible parts, the parts which we consume, they are called as edible. Okay, coming to the roots. So beetroot, carrots, radishes, turnips and ginger. So these roots we will consume. Beetroots, okay, beets or beetroots, carrots, radishes, turnips and ginger. These are nothing but the roots. They store the food and we can consume these roots. And next is the stem. So all the stems are not edible. Okay, only these broccoli stem, bamboo shoots, sugar cane, potato, all these stems are edible. That means which we can consume these stems. Next, coming to the leaves, spinach, lettuce. Can you give a few more examples which leaves we can consume?
Coriander.
Coriander, good, good. Next, when coriander leaves we can consume.
Ma'am, curry leaves.
Yeah, curry leaves. Okay. Next, coming to the fruits, you
Ma'am,
can give.
cabbage. Cabbage.
Yeah.
Ma'am, spinach.
Yeah, spinach, lettuce, methi. Okay. Now coming to the
Lettuce.
yeah, lettuce also we can consume. Now coming to the fruits, many different varieties of fruits. Examples you can give. Okay, apple, pear, tomatoes, grapes and oranges. These are the few examples of fruits. Many other examples also we can
Banana,
consume.
ma'am.
Yeah, banana. Coming to the edible flowers, broccoli heads and cauliflower heads. These are the edible flowers. All the flowers are not edible. Okay, only few flowers are edible. So here I have discussed different plant parts which are edible, which we can consume. Okay. Now, some disturbance again. Okay. So in some plants, multiple parts are we can consume. Multiple parts are edible. Can you give me one plant where 2 or more parts we can eat it?
Ma'am, rose.
Rose
Yes.
is not edible. I'm asking any one plant where 2 or more parts. Here plant
Two or more.
parts, 2 or more parts which we can eat it. Like coriander, as she said, coriander seeds also we will consume, and coriander leaves also will consume, right? So here 2 parts of the
Banana?
same plant. Yeah, banana, very good. Flower we will eat, fruit we will eat. Stem also we will consume, we'll cook and we'll eat the stem also. Flower also it is edible. Yeah, like that. Any one more example, children? 2 or 3 parts of the same plant which we will eat.
Radish.
Yeah, some people eat a radish as a vegetable, even as a fruit. Leaves also they are edible. Even the radish leaves also they are edible.
Ma'am, broccoli.
Carrot.
Okay. Next, moving on to the next thing. Yeah, seeds. Even the seeds also we will consume. Different seeds, like we'll extract the oils also. Sunflower oil we will extract. Mustard oil, groundnut
Ma'am,
oil.
orange seeds. Orange seeds.
Orange seeds are not edible. You will eat orange seeds?
Not that. There are orange seeds, but we will not eat it.
Now I'm asking, any 2 parts of the same plant which we eat. Okay.
Ma'am, mustard.
Huh? Okay. Understood now how the plants are classified based on the edible parts. Okay. Next we'll study about the roots in detail today. So root is nothing but it's a definition of the root, children. The root is type of a vascular plant that normally grown underground. As I said, it grows below the ground. Okay. Root is that type of vascular plant. Vascular means it allows the penetration of water and minerals through it. So that is called as vascular. Okay, water and minerals will be moving inside the root. So it is called as vascular. Okay, so it is that type of vascular plant. Normally it is grown underground. That is below the ground it grows. So major functions, as we have already discussed, right? Anchorage. Anchorage means it holds the soil so that it prevents the soil erosion also. And then it helps in the absorption of water and dissolved minerals. Yeah, it helps in the conduction of the water and minerals which are being absorbed. It will conduct to the stem and the leaves also.
Ma'am, what is meant by conduction?
Conduction means
Keep
it helps
the plant to the soil.
Hello? Mitra has asked out, right? What is conduction?
Yes,
Did you ask
ma'am.
Mitra? Okay.
Yes,
Conduction
ma'am.
means, yeah, whatever the water and minerals it has been absorbed, it will be transmitting, it will allow the movement to the stem, that is conduction. It allows the movement to the stem, that is conduction. It conducts it. Okay. Even in physics, you will get electricity chapter. What is conductors? Okay. Next, it helps in the storage of reserve food, like carrot, beetroot, turnip, radish and all. It helps in the storage of the food for the plants. Okay. And now types of fruits. Coming to the types of fruits, we have 2 different types of fruits, that is taproot system and fibrous root system. This also I'll show you, children. We have 2 types of fruit, that is the taproot system. Taproot system, usually it will be having the main.
Voice is coming low.
Okay. Now?
Ma'am, now it is fine.
Okay. So it is having the main root, single root you can see, and many other fibers are coming out of the main root. Many lateral roots. The roots that are coming out of the main root is called as lateral root. You can see many multiple small roots are coming out now. These are lateral roots. So here you'll be having the one main root and small lateral roots will be there. And as you know, the root fibers or the root cap will be there at the end. Okay. So this is one type of root which will be having the tap root. So this is the main root. Lateral roots will emerge out of the tap root. And along with that, it will be having the root fibers and the root cap. And next, one more root. This is the fibrous root. You cannot see one single main root. There are multiple roots here. Yes, you can see multiple roots here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6
Yes,
roots are
ma'am.
there. Okay. So all are of same sizes. So these are the fibrous root. Okay. And now this type of fibrous roots you can see in the examples like rice, maize, wheat. All these are the example. Even the grasses also they will be having this. What I have taken is a grass. So these are the examples of the fibrous root system. There will be no main root. Multiple roots start emerging from the ground. Whereas this, the taproot system, the examples are carrot, turnip, beetroot. Okay, mother root, main root will be there, and multiple lateral root starts emerging. Okay. Next. So as we have discussed, there are two types of roots. One is taproot system and one is fibrous root. And even examples also we have discussed, right? Taproots, again I'll tell. Taproot examples are carrot, beetroot, turnip, radish. And fibrous root system, the examples are wheat, rice, maize, grass. See the picture you can see. The main root will be there and multiple roots start emerging from the main root. And here, whereas this is a fibrous
Ma'am,
root.
it is breaking.
Voice is breaking.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. So multiple roots start emerging from the base of the ground. Okay. Now a few sample questions we will discuss. So which of the following statements hold true regarding the X and Y? So this is X, you can see, you can name the plant. What is this plant?
Cactus.
Cactus. Second one, Y is mushroom.
Mushroom.
Okay. So X depends partially on animals for food, but can also make its own food, while Y cannot make its own food. Next, X has a chlorophyll.
Okay.
Y does not contain chlorophyll and is non-green. Next, food is prepared by the green stem, whereas Y obtains the food from the dead and decaying plants and animals. X and Y have the patches of green color. Only green part of this leaves performs photosynthesis. Which one is correct, children? Can anyone answer?
1 minute, ma'am. Let me see. Question.
It is green in color, prepares the food for the plant.
Yes, food is prepared by goodness.
He is right.
Excess chlorophyll while does not contain food.
Ma'am, A.
Ma'am, B.
Depends upon animals.
Yeah, we can
Ma'am,
go
B,
with
B,
the
B.
answer. B.
B.
Very good, very good. Very good, children. B is the correct answer. This is green in color. I'll explain the answer. This is green in color, so it has chlorophyll. It prepares its own food. Okay. And whereas Y, this is non-green, so it cannot prepare its own food. It depends upon dead and decaying plants and animals. It grows on the dead and decaying matter for the food. Okay, we can go with the option B. That is 2 and 3. Both the options B and C are correct. Okay. Next. Which type of plant is this?
Climber.
Climber.
It's a grapevine climber.
Tiger.
And it is a climber.
Okay, okay. The stem is very, very weak. There is a
1 and 3 only.
Ma'am, B.
B.
yeah, the stem is very, very weak. It climbs on the
Sono
support
motor
of
video
the
on
sunlight. So it is a climber. Okay, like this few sample questions every day we will discuss. I'll just show you the sample paper. Already time up, children.
Okay, not coming. You didn't come. Sample questions. Oh, less than 1 minute.
Yeah.
Oh no, less than 1 minute.
You can see the question paper like this only, children. See, the sample paper will be there like this. So the first section will be logical reasoning, and then second